Alright, so we should be live now again. Just
Hello.
bring up the stream here so I can see when it goes live on my end.
It's live for me right now, so that's fantastic.
Okay.
You're held hostage, yes. At gunpoint, right?
Yeah. Oh, there we go. See, it's a little less professional looking than Odinn's because it's just one of those last minute things. But
we're all gamers.
Yeah.
Yes.
All right, so we're leaving off asking. Shoot, let me bring this over here now.
I believe we asked about the driving mechanics.
Oh.
And I don't think they got
so
anything from that.
The driving mechanics, basically that's one of the new additions and everything like that that started with the car shop heist. Do you think maybe they'll be added in as like an in-between thing for escape heists where maybe you're driving the getaway van and then if you crash or get hit by the cops or something like that, then you'll do the actual current escape heists? Is that something you're looking at?
I think without giving away too much, but there's gonna be some really cool driving stuff coming up. I mean, it's like always, we develop something new mechanic, new feature, and then we keep working on it until it's real good. Keep using it to make it as good as possible. Pre-planning for me is also a thing where it just keeps getting better and better. In like the casino is pre-planning ultimate for me. Same with driving.
I have these crazy ideas now, like just like having pre-planning your different routes for how to drive to your safe house, stuff like that. Like that would
Yeah. I can't say anything obviously. It's gonna be cool. You have to take my word.
Okay. Let's see. So where were we? Driving. Oh yeah. So speedrunning. This is a subject me and John are quite how do you say that? Fanatic about?
Yeah, we're very familiar with it and like excited about doing it.
So speedrunning is pretty big now, right? And in Payday 2, I've seen speedrunning take up a lot. Like individual heists, full runs of the whole game, from 0 to 100, stuff like that. Are there any heists that you expected? Are there any heists you expected to be speedrun?
Not really, because I mean we wanted to go for a more like game with replayability as much as possible. So we knew we were gonna have randomness and random stuff, which makes. But it's not perfect for speed running. It works, but I think if you would have to take something like that into account. I really enjoy watching those things, and when people compete, I think all sort of like competition is nice. I don't know. Would be quite cool to make like a speedrunning mode or something, maybe where you could, where you set it in sort of like pre-planning, and then that's what you get, and then you actually have to. Everybody has the same. Yeah, exactly. So that would be cool, maybe.
Are there any heists that are currently like speedrun or sequence broken that you didn't expect to happen? Like how the Golden Green Casino had the savies walking around randomly.
So can you do the question again?
So are there any heists that you didn't expect to be speedrun or at least sequence broken?
I mean, basically everyone, because it's not something we think about. I mean, we know that you can play it as fast as possible and stuff like that. But I really thought, because it has all these random values and random stuff, and if you play it once and you don't have the door, or if you have the vault on another place, it's pretty big advantage or disadvantage. So I never really thought it would happen. But I guess some heist actually it makes sense at, and I like it. It's really nice to watch, and it just gives the game another layer.
Yeah. What is your personal opinion on speedrunning in general? Not specific to Payday 2, but in general.
No, I actually like. I always watch and donate to the awesome games things. I watch a lot of speedruns. Even at work, like, you know, I always have something on in the background. Even listen to it, because I think when people, like players, when they play and talk about it, it's really just nice to hear and hear their opinion on, not opinion, hear why they think some bugs and stuff like that happens. Fun, and I like it. I'm a big speedrun fan. I suck at speedrunning myself, but I like to watch.
Yeah, it's quite chanting if you have it in the background, just working, stuff like that. It's just like they are focused, they know what they're doing, and it's like makes you focus for some reason. It's
yeah, it's like you hit the nail on the head.
Yeah. Didn't we just ask that? Yeah. Oh no, we didn't. So, what is the most complex heist you have built, with exception of the Golden Green Casino?
Well, I think the second most complex one is probably Big Bank, and that goddamn engine puzzle, Big Oil too, as well. That was horrible. In the sense of how fucking complex it is, and to make and plan all that stuff. I think those three are sort of the top. And a lot of complexity went into the days that have stuff in between. Like, you know, if you go from frame 1 to 2, you can still get an escape, but then we have to make sure that the escape is at night. And yeah, there's. But the heist, the most complex heist, is probably Big Bank and then Big Oil. So I don't have.
Okay.
Yeah.
I just had a question. I forgot. John, take it over, please.
And then you said you're talking about pushing the boundaries, like how big and complex the heists get and everything like that. Are you going to try and push it to like the limits of the engine? And like, because I mean, you're talking about like your dream heist would be like a 5-day heist where it's, you know, like election day, where each day affects the next and everything like that. Do you think that's going to be something that you're going to try and push it out to as far as Payday can go?
And how far can it go?
Yeah, I think, I mean, that's a really hard question, because I mean, it can go as far as possible. Imagine if you have like, if somebody says you can make 5 boxes, the engine can handle 5 boxes, right? Okay, it doesn't mention the boxes can be as big as, you know, there's no limit on how big they can be. So you can make a box that's 100,000 kilometers. Okay, you can't, but 10, whatever. But then you sort of only have, you don't have that much else to play with. Or you can make, you know, make it smaller, more detailed, and then it's just, everything has its limitation. So does the diesel engine, which Payday runs on. And you sort of have to, you know, balance everything. So the casino, it's like, okay, it's quite empty on the outside, some of this, to sort of, because we wanted it to be big, but then you can't really put as much stuff there in it as you can if you make a small room. If you make a small room, you can, you know, you're just rendering this room, so you can put a lot of stuff in there. It's hard to explain, but it's like you have 5 resources and you use them. You sort of spread them out and try to make ends meet. And then, depending on where you put them, that's the outcome. So you can make it really, really big, but then you probably won't get as much details as if you make it small, but then it's small, but then... Yeah. There's a lot of stuff in the engine that we are fixing and adding, so in the future there's going to be, some updates.
Sorry, now continue.
We always, I mean, we've been working on Payday 2 since release, what is it, like 2013? It's almost 2 years now, right? It's like
August 2012, was it?
Yeah, August. So yeah, I mean, it's almost 2 years. It's a lot of stuff that we added. I mean, just the driving part is like, it's pretty huge, and we just keep on. I mean, as long as we have players who like the game and play the game, we're gonna keep on building and fixing. The engine now is not what it used to be 2 years ago, and certainly not what it used to be 4 or 5 years ago when we started Overkill.
What is currently the biggest heist, as in footprint?
That's probably the casino.
The casino? Okay.
Yeah.
Because we were
like sheer size, I think so. The dockyard is pretty big as well.
We were going back and forth in TeamSpeak about maybe it could be that Meltdown is the biggest one because of the driving part, or
yeah, that's actually really big as well.
Or the original drive, the car shop. Yeah, car shop. That one you got to drive like.
Yeah, really long.
Yeah,
but that's a pretty good example. It's like, yeah, it's pretty big. I mean, it's a couple of kilometers, I think. But you know, there's not a lot of stuff you can do in those tunnels. You drive, right?
Mm-hmm.
So it's a matter of using your resources. As with everything, every other engine, it's just that, you know. Yeah, it's. I hope I explained it well. I talked for so long I forgot what I said. I need coffee.
I just reminded the question I had previously regarding Big Oil. I have seen some speculation about that Big Oil was supposed to be a party, and instead of engines, it was supposed to be a vault downstairs, and you can kind of see like artifacts, like huge shutters that come from the ground, stuff like that. Is there anything you can share?
Yeah, I mean, that's false. It was supposed to be. What's his name? He wasn't a scientist at first. He was like some rich guy, and he had a lot of stuff hidden all around the house. So you had to go around and find the stuff. You could like break wood panels and find safes under the floor and like in the billiard pool table, but we dismissed that one because it was basically like you went around and put drills all over the place. It didn't really. It wasn't really. There was no thinking. It was just, and we felt it lacked some like character for being a day 2 heist in a quite hard.
Yeah, so basically just chalking out ideas.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, it's always like that. It starts as something, and it's never exactly what you plan, and then you sort of roll with the punches, and then sometimes it's good accidents, sometimes it's bad accidents. You go like, okay, this didn't work, fuck, what we do now? Or it's like, hey, this is really good. I didn't even think about this, but it's awesome. So it's all on the cycle of the development.
Okay. So previously we have talked about the endless type of heists like Cook-Off and White Christmas.
Yeah.
We'd love to see like a hold the line sort of heist. So it could be endless, it could be defense mode, or just a mission where you defend for a certain amount of time, where the police raid a location, like that's important to them. Mm-hmm. Or to Gage, or to Bane, or whatever, like just to fight through the assault waves, performing objectives, what we already have, but then like localized to the area you have, defending stuff like that. And I've like other NPCs like Hoxton in Hoxton Breakout help us with that. Any chance that we'll see something like that, or like?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, there's always a chance. I mean, we can probably say that. I mean, we experimented a lot with some of that stuff and some like we call them survival maps almost, as in lack of a better term.
Yeah.
But yeah, there might be something coming up. And again, like boring answers, like I can't say. So I can't really tell you if and when, but there's definitely been talks about it, and we discussed and played around with ideas.
Okay. So, John, I suggest you do the rest of the question list we have right now.
And basically, talk about like going back to heists and stuff like that. With the fire extinguishers exploding in like Casino Heist, there's lots of fire extinguishers on lots of the different maps. Do you think that's going to be something that's maybe added in, or like the plants being indestructible, or?
Yeah, I think so. I mean, it's the casino ones are like Mitya, the guy who made it, the side effect. It's something he put in. He thought it was a cool touch, and it's in another heist as well, right?
The exploding fire extinguishers?
Yes.
I believe it's only in gold and green currently.
Yeah, I think.
Oh yeah, sorry. We have the barrels in.
Oh yeah, Meltdown.
Meltdown.
In Meltdown, yes.
Yeah, okay. It's sort of the same feature. That's why I blended them together. Yeah. So it's something that, I mean, that's the nice thing about working here. We're not like, oh, we can't release it because we haven't gone over all other ones. So let's kill your cool idea and cool gameplay things. So we kept it, and we all thought it was fun, and it has a charm to it. So. And it's a nice way of like letting you guys try it out first, and if people like it, then we can do it on the other ones when time allows. And if people really hate it, then it's something that we can remove
Or address.
Yeah, address. Exactly.
Going back to other heists with those mechanics, we have certain heists that have the fire extinguishers and like dumpsters that you can open up, but there are still some heists that you can't open up, like jewelry store or the bank heist.
Yeah.
Will you go back to the other heists to re-implement or like make it more consistent throughout the whole Payday universe, Payday 2 universe, that is?
Yeah, we will. I mean, it's just a matter of time and resources. So it's something we will. And on some of the levels, we don't really want it, but then that should be another dumpster, like a red one or whatever, so you can clearly see the difference. But it's basically the exact same process. It's like, oh, I made this in my map and it's awesome, and then it keeps on. It evolves. I fully agree that the places where you can't, we should do something about that, and it's just a matter of like making a new prop or changing the texture, color.
Yeah. Let's see. So. Regarding loadouts and stuff like that, for when you actually play test the game, what type of loadouts do you generally go for? Like, do you like go for a like very build out build, or are you gonna go for like a more generalized build?
But we have to test with everything, obviously, but that's more up to QA. I usually play with, for example, Casino for me is a stealth level. Like, then I play with a ghost build. I mean, it has the plan B and everything, but like, okay, I'm gonna play stealth, so I do. So I basically have like 2 or 3 that I just switch in between. But I always play in the main way the level is designed, or at least from my side. If I make something, I'm like, yeah, I really like the stealth here. That's the focus of the heist. Then I always play a ghost too.
Okay.
But then, of course, we play with everything, and QA tries every single combination always.
Yeah, to make sure it works with every single build. Is there anything planned for the Payday 2's next anniversary? And is there anything you can share with us?
it would suck if I shared it because then it wouldn't be a surprise. But I honestly, as I said earlier as well, I'm really into like just making the games, and I leave the stuff around to PR people and community people. So I try not to focus too much unless it's something that I have on my deadline. Like I really just try to focus on the game, and then usually like announcements and stuff. People in my Steam chat from the community go like, "Oh, this is awesome!" I'm like, "Oh, you already know about that? Yeah, it's released yesterday." Oh, cool. Okay. Yeah, I try to keep focus on the development part, and then yeah, because you don't want to. As soon as you say something, when you announce something, you can't really go into too much detail, and then people, like if I say we're gonna release tree mode, then every 5 million people have different opinions of what a tree mode is, and before they know what it actually is or what it has, and then that's not really feedback. It's more I don't know how to explain. So it's not feedback because they don't know what it is, and everybody has their expectations. It's like expectation, and I don't want it to affect me when I'm making stuff.
Yeah,
I want to wait till it's out, and then people play it, and then I watch people play, or we do a lot, like streams. We watch you guys, we watch all the guys, we watch YouTube, all that stuff, and then we react because then it's real.
Yeah,
I see tree mode in the chat. There's going to be a tree mode where you cut branches and then you make fire, and then if the forest burns down, the squirrels die, and you bag them and throw them in the river.
Already cut down trees.
Yeah, because in the forest.
You.
So that's step one.
Yeah, I'm telling you, it's tree mode. You have to deliver the squirrels to Vlad's mom.
Vlad is crazy enough to request that, right?
Yeah, that was actually a bad example. You're making a scarf for Vlad's mother, Babushka, and you're making it with squirrel skin.
That would be beautiful.
I'm gonna regret this, am I?
And great merchandise.
Yeah.
Vlad's scarf.
Yeah, like squirrel scarf.
So regarding live streaming and such, I've seen you guys live stream a couple of times. That was more just playing the games, showing like new features of like what you guys did with the barbecue pack.
Yeah.
You showed off like 2 days before it released. You showed off what the flame mechanics could become. Are you planning to do more development type live streams, and like as in the progress of making stuff that you already announced?
I think on your QnA last time, or if that was another game, I can't really remember. But there were some plans back in the day to like I had an idea where it would be really fun to like do a live stream every day for a couple of hours, and then I would make a heist with actual like people, with short polls and some like, okay, what should we, this place, should we do A, B, or C, and then wait for 3 minutes and then go with stuff like something like involve the community a little more.
Twitch makes Payday 2.
Yeah, that would actually be really fun. But I don't know why that hasn't happened. Maybe I'm also really like camera shy, and I hate my own voice, and then I have to talk, and if I talk too much, I go crazy, and then I say stupid stuff, and then problems. I'll probably get fired. Then I don't have a job, then I can't buy food, and then I'm gonna live on the street, eat squirrels.
And make a scarf out of them.
Yes.
Make scarf out, sell the scarves, earn money, actually that's a good plan.
Yeah, I think you should secretly do that and like
I,
be main retailer of
yeah.
squirrel scarves.
Yeah.
How did you earn your, $4 billion? I kill squirrels and I make scarves.
With my bare hands.
With my bare hands. That's cool, man.
One of the questions from Twitter actually is, Because we always have drills that break. And some of us have like billions of dollars in spending cash alone, like let alone offshore, which is like getting above 10 billion. Do you ever think we're gonna have like maybe like? Do you guys have thought about like a hardware store heist where we get upgraded parts maybe or?
I don't know. I mean, it's as weird or whatever it sounds like. I mean, it's a core mechanic of the game, and I really believe that if some of the things that happen a lot didn't happen, people would miss it because the game is. I mean, that's what the game is built up on, and if you look at it's just a mechanic. So it's a mechanic to say, okay, we want the players to not progress and then wait for something and then move on. And the reasons could be, to have a wave, to defend, to maybe just make it longer because at the end, the suspense, the pacing, all that stuff. And every game does it. I mean, in Left 4 Dead, it's like, yeah, you do this and then it makes a lot of sound and then you have to wait until the gate. I mean, that's a drill. Why it breaks is basically to, don't let people go away too far and still keep them together. It's like it's a mechanic, and then it can be disguised. It can be tuned down, tuned up, whatever. But I think my point is if it didn't break, people wouldn't actually enjoy the game as much as they do because there's a reason we like it. I think it's hard to admit, but that's one of them.
Because we even had like the Christmas song where Chains is sitting there weeping over the broke deck piece of shit drill.
Yeah, but that's in character. Like he's really mad. Imagine being in a bank and it's like motherfucking drill. Here's all my billions in the bank, and it's running on Windows Millennium. God damn it!
James is an amazing voice actor. So is Ulf. Like they just put so much effort into their voices. Like it's insane. It's like
yeah. And Chains is really like the first guy in Payday 1 was really, really good. And then the second guy is like really, really good. I don't know. That's a small chance of that happening. Yeah, but yeah, I really liked. I like all of our voice actors, and they're really nice to work with. So it's not just like you don't only get quality. A lot of times on previous games and stuff, it's like, yeah, this guy's a fucking douche. It's, boring to work with, and it sucks, but the result is really good. Whereas everybody was really enjoyable and easy going with Payday.
So, regarding other games from Overkill, like, I don't know, maybe Overkill's The Walking Dead, do you also work on that? And
I do not.
Oh, you do not? Okay.
No, I'm focused on Payday, and at the moment I'm in Croatia. I don't know if I ever said that's why I'm sweaty because it's like 38 Celsius. It's
hot.
I'm down with the Lion Games. So at the moment I'm here. They're making Raid. If you guys have seen it, it's amazing. As I said before, I mean the team is fucking brilliant. It's so fun to be here and work with them. And the Raid is amazing. So it's really fun. So even though it's hot.
Are you working on Raid as well?
I wouldn't say I'm working on Raid at the moment. Just here helping out a little because they're using our engine or all that stuff. So I'm still not Payday. I'm gonna be a Payday till I die. No. Yeah, maybe.
Then apparently
so I'm not working on anything else. Is it broken again?
No. It's still good.
Yeah, I'm not working on Walking Dead, so I'm just on Payday.
Okay.
And by previous games, I mean Grin or Zootfly or whatever. I made 3 games with Grin.
Okay.
Overkill, we only made. Payday is the first game we made. We released, not made.
Yeah.
Apparently, we received a donation. Thank you very much. And it had a question for Ilija. What's your favorite color?
Blue. No, yellow. I hope somebody got that reference.
Good old Monty Python.
Yeah. My favorite color is blue, though.
Mine too.
Okay.
Oh, we could be friends.
Could be.
Yeah.
So let's see. There are like not really that much of special conditions for Death Wish, apart from increasing security or like more civies or Titan cams or Titan saves.
There's some stuff. There's some events that happen on Death Wish, like some sort of special spawns, some faster spawns. And there's some more stuff, not very clearly visible, but yeah.
Yeah. Would it be fun to work or fun? Let me see one. Would you be interested into making like a branching path for, let's say, instead of Overkill, you're gonna break into the vault by walking into the bank, but on Death Wish you gotta go around. Would that be something?
Yeah, that would be awesome, and also. Like going back to the dream heist thing, like a really long thing, but it would be really awesome if you played on Death Wish and you're like, oh no, you start on day 2, or you don't get the advantage of day 1, and then another branch. I mean, it's still sort of in the same content, but way different. That makes it harder. It's like, okay, now you don't have the. You don't have the saw, so you can't cut the trees fast. You have to chop them by hands to get the squirrel skins. But yeah, I mean, to sort of wedge it into the mission more than what it is now. Absolutely. That would be awesome. It's sort of a big no-no in production. Like, it's suicide. Why would you do something for, 2%? But we, as I said in the beginning, like, we don't really care. It's like, we're making a hardcore game and we want to cater to the small crowd as well. So we always done that too. So I think that's something we're stupid enough to do. Like, yeah, let's put a lot of production value and time and money into this thing that only 50,000 people will see. But it's still worth it. So
you could call it stupid. I would call it innovative.
I wouldn't call it stupid. I would call it awesome. It's just that, like, when you work with bigger publishers and stuff, you tend to have to follow rules that we don't. So
because you're independent.
Yeah, and it can happen, and probably will. I'm gonna write it down.
And something you were saying, like chopping down trees and stuff, which is in like the forest. Do you think there'll ever be like something with like a melee weapon? Because we have like the fire axe, which could basically be.
I really hope.
Trees. Do you think we'll?
I just hope this fucking tree thing is catching on.
So
I'm gonna swallow those words. It's like, oh, why trees? Yeah.
I had this idea, right, where we have special weapons. We have special primaries, but we also have special secondaries. Why don't we have, instead of that, have just a special third equipment slot for like a saw, a drill, a sledgehammer, a crowbar, stuff like that? You could design some crazy heists around that.
Well, it sort of since we had the saw from the beginning, that's how the game balanced out the best, was to actually have to make the decision to leave a gun and bring a saw. And then since then we haven't really had. It has to be. I think it has to be reworked and actually utilized in a heist, and then you could do something like this. And then you would have the problem of, like you have with the water extinguishers and blah blah blah. That now it only works in this one, and then eventually it will catch on to the other heists and all that stuff. But I think it's such a big thing and a long time to implement that it's much harder to do something like that and leave it in one heist only to copy it over to the other ones. compared to the fire extinguisher or the trash bin.
Yeah, it will be a bigger overtaking.
Over squirrel.
Over scroll. We're gonna have that. Like, that's just gonna be the thing now.
Yeah.
Instead of Julie's store, we're gonna have 2 girls, 1 cup. We're gonna have a squirrel.
Yeah, I'm gonna put a squirrel in the cup tomorrow.
So let's see. Are there any chances that there will be a crossover to The Walking Dead that you are gonna like maybe influence?
I mean, I'm not working on the Walking Dead, and as I said earlier, when I really tend to focus on the thing I do, and then so if it is, I can 100% honestly say I really don't know. But yeah, I mean, why not? It could probably happen. We do a lot of crossovers with other games, so why wouldn't we do something with our own?
Regarding crossovers, how was it working with Devolver for the Hotline Miami content?
It was nice. I mean, the first one we did ever was with Valve. On Payday 1, we did a hospital. And first of all, I'm like the biggest Valve fanboy there ever was. That's why I started making games and all that stuff. My favorite game is Half-Life 1. My newest favorite game is Portal 2. I really like everything they do. And the thing was, before it's always been like, yeah, okay, we're gonna make that, and then you need a contract, and then breach of blah, poop, this, here, that, blah, blah, blah. It takes like 4 months to agree with somebody on something, and the crossover ends up being like, yeah, we have a car from that game, and it doesn't really matter. Whereas when we were with Valve, we were like, okay, around the table with the conference phone, and everybody was getting ready, and we had all like ideas and points. We're gonna pitch it, and we're gonna do this, and all that. Let's sell this. And they went like, "Can you guys do all of this without us having to interfere?" And we're like, "Yeah, okay, you can use whatever you want as long as one thing I can't say, and then we'll sign a contract next time we see each other, blah blah blah, something, and see ya, have a fun. Tell us if you need anything." Like, whoop.
That's
yeah, literally
fantastic.
like a 5-minute meeting. It was awesome, and then we just emailed them the stuff we needed, and honestly, we didn't need much because a lot of us are old modder from the modding community in Half-Life 1, Half-Life 2. So we were like, yeah, I have all the tools at home to decompile the map and export the models and play around. So that was really, really cool.
So does that also tie into like the Go Bank, where it's the
Yeah, that was the same with the Go Bank as well as with the turret in the train heist. They're like, yeah, sure.
Oh
okay.
yeah, of course, that one.
Here you go.
The Angie turret.
Yeah, the TF2 one. They're like, yeah, sure. Here's the file. See you. Have fun. Back to the question with Denaton was sort of the same, and it's instead of having to fight and legal and documents and blah, all that boring stuff, it was like, oh, it would be cool if this and that and blah, and they pitched in, we pitched in, and yeah, it was just really fun. Really, really nice guys as well. I only met Dennis, so I haven't met the programmer, Jonathan, and Dennis is really nice. They were really helpful and all that stuff. So.
Okay. Are you a fan of Hotline Miami or the Hotline Miami series?
Yeah, that's one of my favorite games the last whatever years. I don't know how many times I've played it. I broke a lot of keyboards, so that's not good. But yeah, it's fantastic. I haven't finished Hotline Miami 2 yet. Sadly, I haven't had the time to play it. So I'm still waiting for like a weekend without. I have to look on my shoulder without anything to do with family or girlfriend stuff, so I can sit down and play Hotline Miami 2.
Regarding hours that you've put into Hotline Miami, let's say how many hours have you put into Payday or Payday 2? Like actually played it, an average.
Check on Steam. We have to remember that it's not been available on Steam for us. We developed the game before it's up on Steam. I think I have. Let's see. It's too much. It's retarded. It's like I have almost 2,900 hours in Payday 1 and 4,300 in Payday 2. I think you can almost not Payday 1 you can double, almost triple the time, and Payday 2 maybe add 1,000 hours something. So
That's
5,000 hours.
That's quite a lot.
But it counts, edited times and some stuff like this. So
Yeah.
You can say it's been my life for a couple of years.
Yeah, it has been my life for like a year now. Payday 2. It's I like the concept about Payday 2. It's a very different game. Like I haven't seen anything like Payday 2 yet. Of course, after Payday 2 came out and went public, we saw more games do the same thing. What is your opinion on that? And have people approached you to collaborate to the other side instead of towards Overkill?
Yeah, I mean, job offers for, I would never take a job with like, yeah, come work with these other 500 people and be employee number 487. Again, I think the gaming industry has gone like from safe to safer to safer, and now it's like super safe. We took a chance because we could. I mean, we made the prototype because we knew nobody would ever invest in it. It's like, yeah, we're gonna shoot cops. It's gonna be this. It's for hardcore. We don't care if it doesn't sell 4 gazillions copies. It's for a niche market. It's again, we like to play. It's a big chance. So we ended up doing it for free without having any wage. Is it called wage? Yeah. We didn't get paid. Like,
yeah, you weren't on the paycheck for it.
For a year, we were off the paycheck. We just bunkered down, ate macaronis and noodles and water, and made the first prototype, which consisted of the First World Bank and the Panic Room. And then we went to Sony and we were like, we have this, we can make it ourselves. Do you want to help out? And just not publish, but just distribute. And they were really nice to us. But the only reason we could do it is like it's ours. Even if it fails, we don't care.
Yeah, because
it was like yeah, and it was a point in time where we've been at Green with 400 people, and you can't do what you want and all that stuff. And we just sort of went against the stream. And I'm happy that all other companies started doing it. And I mean, of course, lately also the indie scene is to blame, not blame in a good way for this, because they're like, fuck you, we're 3 guys, we know what we're doing, we're gonna make this, and then it works. And now, I mean, you see Ubisoft making like indie games that would never happen,
yeah,
otherwise. So I like it. I think it's a good thing. It sucks that it has to come from people who don't have money, who have to struggle, because EA could go like, fuck it, let's put $1 million on these 2 people and make that crazy game where you eat squirrels on trees. But then again, I think a lot of good stuff comes from suffering, so that's good. Like good music comes from people who have a rough time or has had. So then it comes from the heart in some sense. I hope that makes sense.
Yeah, yeah.
So I'm not like, oh, they're making similar games to us. That sucks. No, it's good. I love it. It's awesome. I mean, somebody likes something we did, and we did it with nothing. We did it with the budget for Payday 1 is, yeah, it's insane. It's nothing.
And someone from chat said like the Safe House Nightmare, which is available only during Halloween. Do you think eventually we'll get that to be year round or just like added into the game? Or do you think maybe there'll be other like specialty heists like that, maybe for like Christmas or another type Halloween heist?
Yeah, I think it's something we should do like temporarily because it is fun, but it's we also noticed like yeah, it was really fun for a couple of days, and then we started getting being real fucking tired of it. But that's the beauty of it because we know it's for our not locked for locked amount of time, so we can go a little crazy. It's like whenever you jump, you get stunned, and there's baby faces and weird stuff.
Like,
so it gives us the opportunity to go crazier because you can. I mean, if we have it in the game, people will get tired of it really quick because it's just gimmicks.
Yeah.
If that makes sense. So it's fun because it's short and limited. And if it was unlimited, people wouldn't really play it that much because it's
Because one of the things like mentioned like in one of the Hoxton songs was like stealing cookies from like opening up the safe of Santa's workshop, and it's just nothing but milk and cookies.
The Christmas album, right?
Yeah.
Maybe. Can't say. Milk and squirrels, maybe.
So let's talk about Ilia the Sniper, as in the character Ilia the Sniper. How is the view up there, killing cops and helping the team out?
It's nice. I like it. I'm just laying here in a bush, having a vodka, shooting.
Well, would you be so kind not to shoot our converted cops that are helping us?
That's actually a funny story, and it's connected to why even it is Ilia the Sniper. It's like, first of all, Sebastian, one of our level designers, Carrot, he came up with it. He's a funny guy, so we had to let him do it. But it was like I can't really remember how the idea came up of having a friendly sniper. But then we had the problems of we didn't have time with the programmers to do it. And then I came up with like a level script hack on how we could solve it. And that's basically why it's Ilia the Sniper. And that's also why he has to shoot the converted cops as of now.
It's just cops. He sees a cop, he just instantly shoots him.
Yeah, he doesn't... yeah. I mean, it would suck if I told you just how it works.
Yeah.
But yeah. He can't tell the difference between a converted cop and a cop.
His face glows red. His eyes are almost popping out. He's like, "That's a cop. I'm gonna kill it."
I don't care if he's on their side. I mean, also logically, if you think about it, he's like a kilometer away. He doesn't know. He doesn't see any outline, so he doesn't really know he's converted.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
How did Ilija come in contact with the team itself, the original team?
Probably through Vlad, right? So
okay.
They might have done something together in the past.
Would you mind detailing your connections with Greta, the sniper, and the commissar, the Russian from Hotline Miami?
Greta, I can't tell you much about, and the commissar, the only thing I'm gonna say is he doesn't really like me, and I don't really like him.
When you're not a gun for hire, how do you kill time in between jobs? Like, do you play checkers, or are you gonna like skin squirrels, or?
Yeah. I kill squirrels and I put them on a table and I have them watch me play chess with myself. It's like an audience. It's like the what was it in Scrubs? The janitor. He has like stuffed animals that he plays with. That's what I do, but chess and with only squirrels.
Did you ever wanted to go down and just like steal the loot for yourself? Just like take out a bank on your own.
Nah, I'm a team player. I don't do that shit.
Okay, well then
I get my cut. That's enough for me. It's good.
If you were to reimagine Ilia the Sniper as a heister, how would you imagine him? And what would his associated perk deck be like?
Probably something with sniping, I guess. And then I hope he would be very fast, like swift, some sort of dodge, sneaky, maybe no guns, but like a sniper rifle and pack of knives, maybe throwing knives and some stabbing knives. Probably. And be like, they're attacking my friends, and then I would stab them, you know. Like a support stealth guy.
That makes sense.
Makes sense.
Yeah. And how would your mask look like?
A squirrel. God damn it. Can't stop.
Will we ever be able to like maybe get an Ilia sniper rifle that can one-shot bulldozers?
Yeah, where did you get that?
There's only one. It's actually specially made to me by a dear friend.
The squirrel.
I'm sorry, but the gun doesn't have anything to do with squirrels, except the test shooting was only on squirrels.
Let's see. Another question from the viewers. Will Ilia the Sniper have a bigger implementation into future heists or games?
There's been some ideas floating around, but nothing like nothing concrete. Did you say that? Like nothing that's actually been put into work yet. And I mean, it's I don't know. If I could decide, it would be like change his fucking name. It's so weird that he has my name. I don't even know how that happened or why. It's just that's the way it is now.
Just switch around some letters and then we'll be all fine.
Yeah, like Ilia Sniper.
Yes.
But yeah, we had some cool ideas that we tried out. Some were cool, some were not so cool, and then we need some time to play around with them, and you might say something in the future. Okay. I mean, I really like the character. I mean, it would be awesome to put him in a 5-day heist and have like a couple of objectives that depends on him actually. You have to mark vent areas or something that he can shoot for you, and then it would be nice to have him more involved in the actual objectives in the game. He came up as an asset, so we only used him as that until now. But yeah, it would be awesome to incorporate him into missions somehow a little more. Like maybe you even actually control him. Like, yeah, you go here now, and then from here I want you to do this and this and this. And
that sounds very interesting.
That's really good.
Yeah. Maybe he can like hold the door, and then the civilians can't run out that door. Something.
Or like cops couldn't enter, or slowers.
Yeah. We'll see. I mean, the possibilities are endless.
Yeah. So
there's another question from chat actually. Who's the one that keeps on moving the toast around and putting the toast in the maps?
I mean, I don't know if you ever had Sebastian on the stream. Carrot, some guys probably know him. He's one of our level designers. He's the biggest fucking troll that ever existed on this planet. So he comes up with most of that crazy stuff. He's amazing. I love him. But yeah, and it's always like he actually does it with. Everybody talks a lot like, it would be fun if you open a vault for 50 fucking minutes and then you find, toothpaste. And he's like, yeah, I did it.
So that's where the toast came from in the Big Bang? Where it lockpicked or drilled the vault?
Yeah.
Even in like the branch bank from the beginning, it's just the same. I mean, he's funny. There's a lot of stuff like that. And he has sort of a similar humor, I guess, to what I have, and like the 2 girls 1 cup stuff. People actually don't. Some of them they find, but some of them like really retarded, and even if you find them, you're like, hey. So, but he comes up with a lot of fun stuff. He's a funny guy. He's hilarious. He makes coming into work much easier, and coming out from work harder.
Is there any advice you can give people for starting out with level design?
Yeah, sure. I mean, actually, like I had quite a lot of talks on game conferences and stuff, and that's a question that comes up a lot. And I mean, when I started out, it was early 90 GTA 1 editor, and then from there on, there was no YouTube, there was no guides. I couldn't read or talk English. It was like, yeah, press this button and see what happens. Okay, and then press this one and see what happens. Okay, and then combination. So it was like really, really, really hard back in the day. Whereas now it's like, yeah, Unreal 4, one of the best engines, it's for free, and you have 400,000 hours of YouTube. It's so easy. It's like, here's Counter-Strike, here's the level editor for Counter-Strike, and here's 400 hours of guides. It's just, I guess the combination of it's so accessible that people don't find it that rewarding. Maybe when somebody tells you like you press this, this, and this, and then you do it. Not as much as when I started out and was like, I can walk around on my map. I see it in the menu. It's every step was such a big success. So you just kept on going. Like, okay, now I'm gonna see if I can make, I don't know, what if I can make my own texture? It's amazing. And then when you do, it's like, brain power. Whereas now it's maybe, I don't know, maybe,
away.
Yeah, and then you don't. But then I still don't think that's an excuse, because you can find ways and like, okay, then just maybe now don't let it not be enough to just, I can run around in my map. Then put the bar higher for yourself. Go like, okay, what if I can do something that nobody has done? What can I do? 30 minutes of gameplay with something or this, and I think people are just lazy. I guess.
Has it in general become harder to develop maps or design maps?
No, it's easier. It's much easier. It's right there. It's like everybody has Steam. There's, all right, Counter-Strike Go is like, what is it, 10 euros, 20 euros?
10, I believe.
Yeah. And then, and then you have the tools and you just make your map. You download Dota 2, you download the tools, and you make a mod. Dota, came from one guy going, I wonder what I can do with this. So it's very, very easy. And it's never been this easy, and it's going to be easier. It's just... Yeah, it's easy. You just have to do it. You just have to.
So,
yeah.
The same guy that asked the question about getting started in level design also asked a question about, could you talk about AI pathing and how it generally works?
In Payday or in general?
In Payday,
I guess. It's a bit complicated because we have a lot of AI on the screen, and there's a lot of stuff that happens every frame, so we have to do some optimizations, and that's why sometimes they can quirk out. But it's built on a technology called navigation mesh. So we basically build a mesh for where the AI can walk, and then they sort of divide that into rooms and do clever decisions on let's throw a smoke bomb before we walk in, and blah 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 blah. Maybe could you give me like 1 second so you can call me back, because I think my webcam just freezes.
Yes.
I just got the stream up and running. Maybe that if we reset it, it'll be better.
Okay. Yes.
Okay. In 5 seconds.
Yep.
Cool.
Alright, so we're just resetting the call here real quick. So just give us a few seconds. All right, here we go. You're doing it.
And we're back.
Let's see if this helps.
Let's hope. It looks better now.
Cool.
Yeah. Seems like it fixed it.
I hope I answered that question, the last one.
Let's see. I think you've done a good enough for a Q&A. Like, so basically how I understand it is more like a mesh of nodes with paths that they can choose to go to.
Yeah, more or less.
And then
I mean,
separated into rooms.
Yeah. So there's something we call rooms, there's something we call quads, and there's something we call doors. Not like door, they open, but like something. So, yeah. And then they make their decisions as best as they can.
So, like going back to the toast and the Easter eggs and such like that, any good, fun, or serious stories about working at Payday 2?
Like funny stories or serious stories?
Funny stories.
Yeah, there's a lot. I mean, everything from like coming in the morning and there's a post-it on your desk and it's like, I'm tired of your shit, man. Or Paz, Melanie, if you guys know her, she bought me, like for my birthday last year or 2 years ago, she bought me like 400 packs of toothpicks. I had stopped smoking, so I had an obsession of eating toothpicks. Carrot Sebastian, he stole my shoe one day, so I went home. I was gonna go home. I was like, shit, I'm missing a shoe. It's probably by my computer for some reason. Then I go back, and he's like in his chair, and he turns around with my shoe in his arms, like, I've been expecting you. Yeah.
Aston Powers way.
Yeah. I don't know. Would like hide speakers inside people's desks and press buttons and play weird music and sounds. I mean, yeah, shit goes down. It's childish sometimes, but it makes the day a little better. So it's nice.
Yeah. John, your webcam is currently off. I don't know if you know that.
Cam's off. It shows it's still streaming.
It's on the stream. It's just not on Skype.
Oh.
Okay.
Well, let's see. Will there be a heist where you need to drive the van? Yeah, we kind of asked that already. Will there ever be a Ilia DLC in the future, like a mod pack or a new weapons like explosive sniper rounds and stuff?
Actually, have you yourself ever fired a sniper rifle?
Like a real sniper rifle?
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I fired what do you call it? The one like an air air gun. Is it called air gun? Soft air gun? Soft air gun.
Airsoft gun?
Yeah, something like that.
Shoots like plastic or metal pellets.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Like a couple of weeks ago, so at a bachelor party, and some guys were like trying to hit a little bottle cap.
Mm-hmm.
And they couldn't, and then I stepped up and like, move away, motherfuckers, and managed in one shot. And they're like, yeah, but you can't do it if you don't rest the gun on there was like a barrel, so you could steady it.
Mm-hmm.
And then I drank another beer and like, fuck you, and held it up and hit the bottle cap again. And then I walked away and never looked back. That was cool. No, I just fired pistols apart from that, so.
Okay. So yeah, will we ever see a Ilia DLC in the future, like a squirrel firing a sniper rifle?
Damn it.
No, like
yeah, I don't know. I mean, it's again like I try to just keep focus on the level stuff and the level design, and I haven't heard anything. But I mean, why not? But there's so much stuff to do before that, I guess. So I don't know. I think it wouldn't make that much impact. Like, it would suck. We already have a sniper pack. It would have to have something big or new. But yeah, no, I don't. I mean, I wouldn't pay $5 for Ilia's sniper gun. That would suck because I already have 3 other ones.
Yeah.
Unless it fires squirrels.
That would be amazing. Could we expect a map pack DLC instead of just a single map release?
I mean, it's a hard. I don't know how to say. I mean, Heist takes. It's one of the reasons I want to do the stream, because people will sort of grasp a little more on how much work it is to make one, and also one of the reasons it's hard to do it on stream is, I mean, it's not like, you know, a level designer sits down and makes a heist and then it's done. It requires the whole team. It requires a lot of people, a lot of content and testing and moving and feedback, and yeah. I think it would be too far in between them. I mean, it can take everything from 3 to 6, 8 months to make a heist. So I think that's a really bad idea.
It just separates.
Because the way, I mean, the way we do now, then we can have, you know, one for free, one like this, one like that, one for free, one, yeah. I think it would be too little content, too far in between.
Yeah, makes sense.
Yeah.
Let's see.
Well, since we have like the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, since we have the size in the game, do you know if they're gonna be adding like the other Ninja Turtles weapons, like the nunchucks, the katanas, the bow staff, maybe? Or
I mean, honestly, I have no idea, but it's one of those, like, even if I knew, I couldn't say anything.
Oh yeah.
No.
Let's see. I'm just gonna go through the questions we got asked by the chat real quick.
Yeah.
This is a silly question. Were you around when Amir got drunk in the office for White Christmas, and did you yourself partake in that action?
I was not around.
Ah, that's sad. Okay. This is not per se a map making question. It's more like a general cosmetic question. Will there be other cosmetic items than just simply masks?
And there was some plans early on, like some more stuff. I hope so in the future. I would really like it. I mean, we just have to, like, we can't forget Payday 2 is like a beast of a. It's so big, it's so huge. So everything you put in there, it has to work with so many things. Like, you know, okay, let's say you can choose colors and materials on the shirt under the suit. Then it's like, yeah, you know, if you have something, then should that impact on what's it called? God damn it! You know, if they see you easier.
Concealment, sorry.
So it's just, hopefully in the future, I really hope so. It would be nice, but it's just, it takes a little longer now. The more stuff you have in, the more everything has to click and balance with each other. So hopefully, I would really like anything. For me, I really like customizing stuff, and that's how I got into games. So the more, the better. But it's, you know, time, money, and resources, and you have to sort of prioritize what you can do, and engine limitations and this limitations.
Yes.
The only thing I can say for sure is we sit down and we go, okay, we think this is the best for the community, and what would give them the most gameplay, most replayability, and then we try to stick with that, and then we go to the next thing.
Well, do you think there'll ever be like a driving map where we can practice our driving skills in the engine, or like maybe do laps around a track, or?
It's bet for money and squirrels.
Yeah, I mean, one idea has been like you can go to a safe house and have a racetrack or something, so you can always test the driving and play around with it learn. We'll see. We'll see.
Let's see. Are there any other questions that we have from the viewers?
Yeah, I can read the question myself. Garish, if that's okay.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, go ahead.
It's not about Payday 2, but I'm really interested in the new World War II game you guys are making. What can we accept of it and when? Much love. Much love. I actually saw it today. It's amazing. It's really fun. I think if you like Payday, you're gonna like this as well. When? I won't tell. We haven't set same with Payday. For a long time, we didn't have a date. I mean, we don't want to say, March, and then we go, fuck, we can't do it in March. It's better to get to the point where you can say, okay, it's going to be April, and then you don't have to lie. But it's, obviously, I can't say much, but it's really, I've been so impressed with what they did with the stuff they already have, the plan they have. It's going to be an amazing game. I really look forward to play it. And I'm a big World War II fan as well. So.
Okay. Will we, the community, ever get map editor, asset editor, something like that?
Yeah, I said that in an old Q&A as well. That we have been working on and looking at the possibility. The problem is there's an engine limitation that makes it really, really, really hard. There's some ideas of how we can do it, and we just have to. I mean, it takes time, but I really want it to happen, and if it happens, I'm gonna do like a celebrationary 24-hour tutorial stream and introduction. I would really, really love to play other people's maps, because it's when you develop something, you get surprised once. It's like, and then the map, and then that's what it is. But this way, I could sit down and play Payday, much more often, and go, oh, this is awesome, it's cool.
And you could get more ideas from the community itself as well.
Yeah, and I mean, I would love to have sort of like a workshop system, and actually like go, okay, this is so good, this is good enough to be in the game, and then do like the Valve style of let's put this in the game, and actually buy stuff from people and go, this is official, this is good enough to be official. That would be my le dream.
Yeah. Regarding modding, would it, since Fallout 4 is going to have modding on the new consoles, like PS4 and I believe Xbox One, or one of the both?
Yeah, I think so.
Could we expect modding for Payday 2 on consoles? Or would that even be possible with the current engine?
I'm really not I couldn't give you an answer that held any water on that. I'm really sorry. I do not know.
Okay. Let's see. Chat, remember, if you guys want to ask Ilija some questions, go ahead and go to Twitter with the hashtag Ilija QnA, or just type them out in chat.
Oh, I actually have a lot of questions on my Twitter as well. Do you guys have any?
We have moderators check out the Twitter and put them in a collaborative document.
Okay. I'm really sorry I didn't follow Twitter, guys, so I missed a couple of questions.
Because I've caught a few of them on there. Like one of them was like a instead of like a flashbang flashing a white screen. Like I've actually heard this a lot from a lot of people, like making it a dark screen instead of a white screen.
Oh, please.
From the flashbang?
Yeah.
Yeah.
A lot of people see like they're just basically the flash of white, because like there's some darker maps and stuff like that, so they turn up their brightness and stuff, and then the flash of white just like blinding, literally in life too.
Oh yeah, I haven't seen that anywhere, but I can definitely bring that up and see what people say in the office. Absolutely. gonna write that down. If you give me just a... No, you can continue. I can do two things at once, I hope.
Multitasking.
Yeah.
GoBank, I know, is exclusive to PCs right now.
Yeah.
Yeah, so do you think there's going to be other like console exclusive maps maybe that are in the works, or?
I don't know. The reason GoBank is PC exclusive is it has too much. Oh, by the way, here's I wrote it on a whiteboard. I can show everybody if I can. Here. Ah, fuck. Here, flashbang, black screen or flashbang. So
Okay, cool.
Actually wrote it down. Oh, here's my other stuff that you can't see. So there we go.
It's faded enough that we can't read it.
I'll mess with it later in the videos. Try and mess with the game.
Yeah, sharpen. Sorry, what was the question? Yeah, sorry. The reason GoBank is PC exclusive is it's too much memory. We didn't fit it on the console. I'm fairly sure, and we don't want to alter it or change it. We want it to be that level.
Okay. Regarding like writing down stuff, could you give us some insight on your creative process on how you like start with a heist or like?
Yeah. Usually, the last one we did was at Lion Game Lion. I was there when we planned and made the casino stuff, and all the level designers and sometimes everybody in the office. We have like a whiteboard wall, like the whole wall is whiteboard, and then we just everybody pitches in and feedbacks and ideas, and we come up together with like a main storyline. You drug somebody to get a key and then blah, gas, dum dum dum, and that's it. And then the level designers sit down for a lot longer and try to detail out exactly what happens. And then we even write down like, okay, so I'm gonna walk into the casino. That's gonna take 30 seconds, and then I'm gonna find the papers. That's 1 minute. So we do like a full outline of the mission just to be sure that we have game time enough for it to be a heist. And then you do a lot of prototyping. So we build with like simple brushes and meshes, white, no texture, just gray box, white box, and try everything out. Get the different positions. It's like, okay, is this different enough from this? And then you spend a lot of time in there to get everything perfect. And then you do like a graphical pass, a first pass, to make sure that, okay, it can look like a casino. It can be, if somebody walks in the map, he'll be able to say, yeah, this could be an actual casino. Like, you can't go too crazy. It's still contemporary. But by then we know the gameplay is good enough, and then you start changing like temp boxes. The big drill was like a yellow box that you just interacted with for a couple of months, and then you start implementing all that stuff from other people and keep iterating, and then optimizing. Then it has to run, and then you're done. Bug fixing, and then you're done. And then you release it, and then people find crazy shit in 1 minute, and then you make a patch, and then you keep looking at people play it and try to
note on the casino heist, there are a couple of places where I can't remember what the term is, but basically it unloads the map if it's not visible for you, right? So there are spots at the hotel rooms where you can stand in the main hall, but the main hall will disappear. And I believe that is possible with the forest as well, the bomb forest, that you can like stand in a particular spot where it just unloads the whole map.
Everything. Okay.
Yeah. Or at least the part where you are supposed to be in.
Okay. I'm available on Twitter. If you can give out my Twitter, and then people can feel free to, if I can just get a screenshot, and then I can make sure we fix that.
I'll go ahead and copy and paste that in the chat.
I'll make sure to tweet it out as soon as possible.
Cool.
Let's see. Going back to Bank Heist, what was the Are we drugging the VIP, or are we what are we doing with the VIP in casino?
Yeah, you just put some extra bonus stuff in his drink to make him go away and puke, to make him feel bad.
Okay. Let's see.
Because he doesn't want to puke on the floor. He goes away somewhere where you can silently take him out or steal his key card.
Yeah.
I got a question. Let me just take this because this is a very good question. Have you ever seen the Heist suggestion, the Colombian connection? Yes, and that's awesome on Twitter. It's so good to see. No, that was sorry, not on Twitter, on Reddit, I think. It's really nice to see. Yeah, it's so nice to see people do these things, and then I cry for myself because I would like them to be able to do it with the editor, which hopefully they can sometimes in the future. But yeah, I have seen it. It's really good. I think I actually talked to the guy on Twitter and told him. Hopefully I made sure to let him know I liked it. And if I didn't, I'm going to do now. He did a good job. It's awesome.
And then something I've always thought of. Do you think there'll ever be a thing where maybe during a storm or something like that, or some other type of sound effects happen where you have to time killings along with that sound effect?
Yeah. Yes, we actually had a lot of tests like this, like the Shawshank Redemption. Yeah. There's always a problem because you're playing online and people can have whatever pings, all that stuff. So we can't really depend on it. Yeah. So we got away with it on Alesso because it's. But then again, it's not exactly this. It's like a variation of it. But yeah, we have thought about it. It would be cool. It's just really hard to execute, and it would suck to, if the player does the right thing, but he lags or server is lagging, and then it's you fail. So.
The current heists that are released, we have some 2-day heist, 3-day heists, 1-day heists, but they're all categorized under contractors. Would we ever see a playlist where we can just press on the playlist that will just in sequence play all those heists in a row instead of going to buy?
So it's if you finish Big Oil, then it loads Rats, and then when you finish it, it just loads the next one and next one.
Yeah,
that's pretty cool. I think I have read that somewhere as well. Maybe not. Well, that's pretty cool. I mean, that's something.
I believe Veritas, Last Bullet Gaming, a guy, Dougley, he worked on something like that. He was also in the.
A mod.
Yeah.
Oh, cool.
He added back in Rain. He added day and night cycles in other heists, stuff like that. Would we ever see other day and night heists, or maybe a transition over how long your heist is going to take, where the time is going to progress?
Yeah, I mean that would be cool. We had an idea where sort of going back to the 5-day long heist where depending on you can arrive at day 3, but it would be day because the consequence of what you did in day 1 and 2, and then it would be really hard to sneak because it's day and something. So we had that in mind for a couple of as well as doing you have 3 days, but you have a limited timer over the 3 days.
Okay.
Also. It's a little hard to execute, and you have to make sure you're always available to finish it and all that stuff. So But yeah,
Yeah.
we have. It's been in the talks, and it's quite a lot of cool stuff involving that. Hopefully in the future.
This is not as much as a map designing question again. Are we gonna see camos or for guns like some other mods have done in the past, where you could put a material, put a pattern on and a collar, like you can do with masks?
Yeah, I hope so. I mean, you could do it on shirts, on suits, or have like patches or whatever. I really, really hope so. And personally, like, this is not an Overkill statement; it's a Ilia statement. I would love to see, some of the mods that are getting really nice to be actually like, compensate the guys and put it in the game. It's not as easy as say, yeah, let's take it and put it in the game. There's a lot of stuff around and blah blah blah. But that would be something I would really love to see. That like I would reward the guys who sit down and find stuff out. Payday 2 modding is like when I started making levels 100 years ago. It's like, what does this do? There's no documentation. There's no nothing.
Yeah.
So I really, really admire those guys, and we watch a lot of that stuff as well. So it's just it's not that simple, which sucks. It should be, but it's not. So hopefully in the future we can have those stuff. But I would really like to see like actual pick up the mods and put it in, like if possible.
Yeah, we have seen that evolve in the past as well, where mod overrides. We got mod overrides later in the game because people needed to do complicated things to like replace textures and stuff. We had people like Oliver from Hogshead who made a hook or used a hook. We had Last Bullet Gaming that created a more powerful hook than we already had. It has opened up a lot, and
yeah,
it certainly Payday 2 is like a really great platform for modding, and especially whenever we're gonna get a map pack, that we will get just crazy content because we can add assets, textures. We could design our own heists with our own assets.
Yeah,
that would be just.
I as I said, I mean, it would be retarded of me saying like, no, I don't like modding this and this. That's how I got started. That's what got me interested, and I would love for that for other people to do it. I always download mods, whatever game I play. I played with Hogshead for a while. I had some card mods from some group, and but I think it's something. We are, talking about it and looking at how we can do it and trying to fix the limitations to make it happen. But yeah, I wish we could maybe be a little bit better on that part and put some more effort into it. I would love to have like CrimeNet and then have a specific island where it's like this is for unofficial maps.
Yeah.
So you just you scroll to that CrimeNet and that's only user created stuff. That would be amazing. I would always play that. Hopefully in the future, I would really like that to happen. Ilija in a bikini. What the frackity frick?
Last Bullet mods, texture mods. It's they're basically listing of every single mod that could exist. It's it's fantastic what you could do with texture mods. I have seen a HUD remake made into MS Paint. It's beautiful. It's
someone just straight up real bad MS Paint drawings and stuff like that, and
it's fantastic.
Awesome.
Yeah, like poop. You could have cupcakes that could be poop. You could get health from poop. Stuff like that. It's just
the possibilities are endless.
Exactly. And it's it has come a far way from what it was previously, where you need to do these very shady things to get into Payday 2, and now it's just more opener than it was, and it's That's great to see.
We definitely took a step, you know, with Hoxhub and some other stuff. But all I'm saying is we could and we should do more, and we're actually working really hard on it. And yeah, my dream is to have user content, especially maps. That's like my goal.
Let's see. Do we have any other questions in the chat? Maybe. Will there ever be an Ilia HUD? Let's see.
Yeah, we have the creator of MS Paint HUD.
Oh wow, that's
Tony Daniel.
That's an honor to have you here, sir.
Yeah.
We are very inspired. We are very inspired with your HUD. Let's see. Is the new World War II game also made in engine? Yes, right. That's also made in the diesel engine. Yeah,
it's they have, however, heavily modified it quite a lot.
Okay.
It's not gonna. You're probably gonna notice that it's diesel, but it's way different. Some really cool stuff.
Does The Walking Dead use the diesel engine? If you're allowed to share that.
I am not allowed to share this information with you, sir.
Okay. Let's see. Yeah, who or like what in specific inspired you to be a level designer?
I don't know. It's just the first time I did something was a really small level in GTA, and I remember my cousin, who was also a gamer at the time, he played it, and it was just something with seeing somebody else play something that you made, like play in a world that you created, sort of. That just took off, and then when I played Half-Life, I remember I was like, "Yeah, this is what I'm gonna do the rest of my life."
Have you released any maps for Half-Life or like?
Yeah, I released one mod, single player. It's really short. It's really bad, but I did it. I think around 2000 something. I don't remember. It's really bad though. It's called Orion.
Okay. Since you are employed by Overkill right now, are you allowed to, as a hobby, make maps for different games?
Yeah, I mean, we have a standard contract as any other game company. It's just a matter of like you can't go work someplace else apart from.
Yeah.
I can't go home and then go to a second job, or I can't make my own game and release it. Or well, it's probably okay if you talk to them and stuff, but I can't make like I made a bank robbing game, but it's squirrels. So there's some rules, but I do a lot of stuff still in Source for Half-Life 2, and mostly play around, do small puzzles, and nothing released. But yeah, I mean, it's my hobby, so I go home and make levels as well. But
yeah,
a little more relaxed, I guess you could say. Because you learn a lot from other tools, other engines, other people, other projects. So.
Yeah, of course. Like, let's say, Hammer uses a specific tool that other engines don't use, and like you learn a better way in between them, maybe for a map editor. And like
and also. Yeah, I mean, when we need something, it's like, okay, the scripting. How would I script this in Source? Because I've used Source so much, and then there's a lot of that translates into our engine. It's just really good for ideas and learning other technologies and other ways of working.
Different ways of thinking.
Yeah, absolutely.
John, could you take over? I gotta be right back.
Okay. All right. So another one we saw was about Titan dozers from the Halloween special event. Are there any maybe Titan maps or like Titan cloakers or something like that you guys are?
Titans. No, not that I know of.
Okay.
At least as of now.
And actually, something I noticed, like in the last Halloween one, like if you look straight down to the ground, it's one of those things. There, like I don't see them, they don't see me.
Yeah.
Whose idea was that?
That was also Sebastian. Cat. Yeah.
Huh.
I'm saying he's my favorite level designer of all times. I think he's crazy.
Because that was just like one of those things that.
Yeah, he's one of those people where everybody can come up with something, but he actually comes up with something and then he does it and then he makes it work. It's amazing. It's fun. It really like inspiration to work with.
And do you think there's let's see, another person asking? There's like a versus mode, like maybe where like a couple cops or like special units and stuff like that. Would that be something implemented in Payday 2? Do you think, or like a Left 4 Dead style?
Yeah, I mean, it can definitely be done. I just think, as I said from the beginning, we want to keep the company sort of small because it grants us the possibility to work in the way we want to work. We can do whatever we want, sort of. But we really don't have the resources to do both, so we want to focus on the co-op thing and get better at making that.
Hello. So there was a question I saw when I left. Oh, where is it? I lost it. Never mind.
So there's another one. Will we ever find out who the mysterious person in the Diamond Heist trailer was?
I can't say anything about that either. I have a question on my Twitter, which is actually really legit. So Tony's Gaming is asking, this discussion. So you're saying there's an engine limitation with custom heists, but modders are already making custom heists. Why you lie? I'm not lying. It's just the things modders do now. What I'm saying is they don't have the tools we have, so everything they can do now is sort of hacked together, and it's small changes they can do. They don't have the. I want them to have the power that we have. Here's everything. So I'm not lying, but yeah, I know I've seen some stuff where people spawn enemies in the safe house and all that, but I want to give the whole thing like full power, 100%.
Okay. Does the Payday 2 engine have like strong similarities between the Source engine, the Source 1 engine, that is?
No, I mean, Source is built on BSP, where you can basically mesh. You can build your own meshes, boxes, and primitives in the editor, and it has another lighting system. It uses light maps, and it's forward render. Whereas we have a deferred render. We can't, like in the editor, I can't make meshes or units myself. I have to make them in. Artist makes them, exports them to me, and then I use them. Sorry. And the lighting system we have is different. We don't compile a lighting like they do. It's dynamic.
Okay.
So but it has a lot of similarities in the way of that almost every level designer has touched Source in some way. So there's a lot of inspiration in how they script and are scripting stuff, and we looked a lot of their stuff and then tried to see why they are good, and then make similar stuff ourselves. Learn from the best, as they say.
Moro Mo asks, what is the hardest part when you make a map? Like from the creative process you just earlier explained, what would be the hardest in there?
Hardest part is finishing. Like I always say to new guys and new people and younger people that the last 5% is 60% of the actual production. It's everything has to click. We're sort of, a funnel where all the content, all the features, all the graphics, all the sounds, all the music, everything has to go to us and then end up in the game. So that's the hardest part. And not only that, but I need to know 3 months before that I need something. And then it takes a while, for somebody to model it, and texture it, and test it, and make it good. And then I put it in a level, and then it has to work, right? It can't be. So there's a lot of planning and thinking ahead, and yeah, just that last part, like make everything click, everything bug-free, everything works. It's really hard in Payday. Also, it's very complex. Like I recently counted that we have more script in one Payday level than we have in like the whole Bionic Commando game, which was the game we made at Grin earlier. So it's if I do this, then this can't, then blah. It's very intricate. So that's the hardest part, I'd say.
So back to how do I say that? Consistency. Currently, we are allowed to open and close toilet doors. Will we someday be able to close and open doors in stealth? Guards can already open doors on their own if they want to.
Yeah, some doors, right?
Yeah.
It's a touchy subject. It's. I mean, people have to understand, like, making a game, it's really, really fucking hard.
Mm-hmm.
The idea and the concept is the easiest part. It's like, yeah, you rob banks with friends. It's awesome. Oh, yeah, of course it's awesome. And then you start, and then it's like, holy fuck, okay, what if one guy is over there? Then what? There's every day you make 1,000 decisions. And every decision affects the next day. And then you have 1,000 decisions based on, it just keeps on rolling, and you have to make the smart, correct decisions. If you don't, the game sucks. The production takes too long. It fucks you up. There's all sorts of little things that we go through every day. And then regarding the doors, we had a long discussion early in development. It's always like that. I mean, I usually say ideas aren't good until you try them.
Yeah.
Because we actually tried. I did myself personally a test where you could close doors. What ends up happening is like, okay, it's boring now because they just pile up outside, and then you go like, okay, but they can open the door and run in, but then you lose. Then it's not the wave thing. Then you get a lot of camping, which you still get. I mean, we still have a lot of doors and all that stuff. You can't make a contemporary world without doors. But we basically took the decision, like, let's put time and effort into something we know is going to prolong the game and make it better in something, then because it really didn't work. Like, and then you go, okay, but what if they can open the door? Then it's like, yeah, but we're not going to put a lot of production time into something that can potentially be like a second thing. Like, I closed it, they open it. Okay, so that was a month of work for 5 guys instead of making, shipping one more level.
Yeah.
So it's one of those things. I'm not saying it's a bad idea. It can be really good. Probably you can make something with it, but it's just at the time it didn't really fit in how the game plays. It just stopped it and, fucked with the pacing and all that stuff. So, but yeah, I actually had a test in a jewelry store, and I think we had it in Branch Bank as well. And it wasn't fun, so we ditched it.
Okay.
Kill your darlings. That's you go home and cry sometimes.
Yeah.
It sounded so good on paper. It is cool, everything, and then it's not in actual gameplay.
Yeah, you're gonna make sacrifices for the things that don't work at that time.
Yeah.
Yeah. You could spend years on developing a mechanic with the doors, but in that year, like you said, you could have pushed out 2 or 3 heists.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And you could argue like, yeah, but why not just work on the game for 1 year longer? Yeah, but I mean, if you don't have lunch for a year, then if you don't have it for 2, then you lose half the team members, and that's not good. And then if you work on something for too long, then you get bored of it, and then you don't get the flame, the passion that I think we have now, and we still have. Because on the other hand, now it's like people still play it. Let's add more shit,
Mm-hmm.
So it's all about. Oh, my camera died again. It's all about choices.
Yeah. Let's see. Will there be a heist like Hoxton Breakout? This is a question from the viewers. Will there be a heist like Hoxton Breakout? He means in this one you have Hox as the NPC, or like Ilija, where it could be following you along the path of the thing you're traveling with, like what you said earlier in the Q&A, where you could say, okay, Ilija, go here, or go there, cover there.
Yeah. I hope so. I can't tell you what's in the plans, because that would suck for you guys, because then all the announcement would suck. It'd be like, we're doing this, and you guys would go, yeah, we know. Sorry.
From the upcoming announcement, we already have a list of a couple of things that Overkill will be announcing. What thing on that list, if you could choose one, is the most interesting for you?
Now I have to find it. That's your fault. Let's see. Because as I said, I don't have that much time to browse the net, and I rather spend my time, talking to guys on Steam. So let me just find it.
Is that Payday? Yeah, that's Payday. I'm gonna look at it myself right now as well.
It's community update. Is that the one? No.
Let's see, that's about Alesso. It was between Alesso and Casino Inn.
Yeah, here, okay, you can drive, 2 more years of Payday, 10 heists to LA, Payday tournament, secret items, FBI files, Gensec enemy, infamy. That's the ones, right? Yeah, safe house customization, and casino heist.
Yeah. With exception of Casino Heist, which one is the most interesting?
I think it's the safe house stuff.
Okay.
I hope.
So,
for me, at least, yeah.
This is gonna hit John in the heart right now, but in Golden Green Casino, if someone, some crazy dude, happens to spend, I don't know, maybe 9 hours in a row spinning slot machines, what was the decision that you would say, okay, after I don't know, 5.9 million, you would get cut off and won't get any more money? How did that? Why?
I think that's something. I think that's a bug, actually. I mean, I don't think there's anything that says, okay, after 9 million times, don't do it anymore. So, I can't answer that. But it's funny that you tried it for so long.
John, you can go back and try it again.
And I actually found out each slot machine you could only win on once, basically. I wasn't able to win on any slot machines twice.
I'm not sure about that. I think it should work.
Because I spent literally 2 hours on the same 4 slot machines. I won 4 times, 1 on each machine.
Yeah, and I know the chance of it happening. We always fight with QnA. They're like, it's 10% chance, so it should happen every once every 10 tries. No, every time it's just 10%. yeah, but it's a bug. It's no. But yeah, it should. I think it should be possible. Yes, you can win multiple times on machine. The chance is not that high. Just it's like the real casino. If you see somebody win on a machine, then don't use that machine. If you if you see somebody use a machine for an hour and walk away, then then you go there.
Yeah.
Something else we saw in chat. Are there any plans maybe to like have you thought about doing a heist? You know, since we have like forklifts and everything like that, what about stealing a dozer suit or a SWAT shield and using them in the game just for that heist or something? Like you maybe have to drop your primary weapon, you can only use your secondary with the SWAT shield, or
yeah, that's pretty cool. And protect something that can't get shot. Yeah, that's a good idea. Of course, there's always like, yeah, then what if it gets shot or, you know. But yeah, it's cool. You should think about that.
I just got a couple of messages from people that they're going to use your Skype profile picture for cloakers. So
I got that picture from my girlfriend. I was like, you know what? I'm stealing this shit. There's nothing you can do about it.
It is a very awesome picture.
Yeah, I laughed.
I couldn't hold my laugh the first time when your cam derped. And your was, in the middle of the
I didn't notice. I'm sorry. I hope I don't offend like unicorn fans over the world.
Yes, every unicorn in the world will be offended right now and are going to take it personally, of course.
Yeah, I can't sleep tonight. I'm going to be on my balcony. You motherfucker.
Let's see. So I got this question a couple of times. I was not wanting to ask this, but there was always a rumor that there was a second secret in Payday the Heist. People thought it was Baal, the whole deal with Baal, how he became the chopper guy. But some people think that there's still something in undercover. Can you tell us if that was a rumor or if that's just?
I know I've seen something somewhere on undercover, as well as, I mean, I can't say anything about secret, of course.
Yeah.
But what I will say is, on jewelry store, I think, yeah, jewelry store in Payday 2 and undercover in Payday 1, people found mysterious boxes behind walls and a safe like behind a wall. And those two instances are basically, when I make a map, I use like the box with an orange outline. For me, it's like that's everything.
Yellow box.
Yeah, so I don't have to wait for content. I just use that in my imagination, and that's like whatever it needs to be. That's the computer you put the passwords in, or and then you get the real stuff. And what like smart level designers do is they remove the old stuff and they put the new stuff in, and that's what happens. What I usually do when it just keeps on doing it, because that's the way I do it, is I just move the old stuff away and I keep it there forever. Because there's like a sentimental value for me when I go back, open the level to fix an old bug or just check something. I go like, I remember that box. I remember when I put it there. I remember the music I listened to when I worked in this area. But then sometimes the game desyncs and it still shows up. So it's those two instances are just bugs. But it's funny, and I really don't want to remove it because it sounds stupid, but it has some value for me.
Yeah. There's a question that I deal with a lot. That is, there are more on some heists. There are more bags than you could actually get. Since I am the community administrator for Hogshead, I get that question asked a lot because we have a bag counter. And like,
you mean more than you can show in the HUD, on like in the tab menu, or?
No, there are actually more physical bags, like money bags, stuff like that, around the map, under the map, above the map. For a while in Diamond Store, there were 5 bags in the ceiling, hidden away.
Okay, and then when you do a mod, you do a check like 0 out of X, and then of course they get counted. Yeah, it also has like a thing to do with, sometimes we can't get a feature done from the programmers, so we do like a fasting a level script for it, but it has to be like I mean, more or less it's a hack, right? And then some of that stuff we don't get programming time to fix, and we go, all right, but it works and everything is fine, and so we leave it, and then people make mods, and that's how they find it. So it's not a bug. I don't know if it's not important what it is for. It's just it's there to have the level work.
Would it be maybe possible that, like, I believe in all the transport heists, all the bags go down the map with a certain value, and we check like if there are bags above 0, then count all those bags. If they're like below 0, we don't count them. Would it be possible that all the bags would be normalized on the specific level where we couldn't, like, let's say below 0, where we don't include them, instead of going through each map and then figuring out where to check or not?
I am not sure, but I would like you to Skype me that question. I can check when my favorite programmer comes back next week or the week after next week.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Then let's see. Do we have more questions from the chat or from Twitter?
Well, something I saw. Have you had a chance to look at the Star VR, and maybe?
I tried it 6 months ago, 7 months ago now. No, it's more. It's like 9 months ago. It's cool. I'm not a big fan of VR, but I actually really liked that one because it didn't require for you to move a lot. You don't look like a retard going, with the field of view. But I'm not a big enough VR fan to answer that question, to be honest. But I have tried it. It's cool.
Do you think there's going to be an integration for like Payday 2 or anything like that, or?
It's Starbreeze stuff, so I think so.
Is it possible with the current engine?
Yeah, do you know?
Yeah, that's a technical question. That's not really for me, but I don't think that's really a problem. I think the problem would be like, how do we get it in without just shoehorning it in for the sake of having it, like actually make it, into something cool. It's a guy asking for my music taste.
Oh yeah, cool.
Leonberg 248. I listen to everything, but lately it's a lot of Pink Floyd. I like old school rock, some new school rock, some Portishead, if you guys like that stuff. Old school rap, like the Goody Mob and like 80s, 90s rap. But lately it's been Pink Floyd 24/7. I just got stuck into that shit again. It's great. Led Zeppelin, Deep Purple. And even like sometimes when I work, I put on the heaviest of the heaviest metal, or I just fucking growl and scream, because then I don't have to focus on words or anything. It's just like blah, 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 blah. I keep on working. It's nice.
Blanking out your mind and pushing, stamping it.
Slipknot and Lamb of God I like a lot. Gojira is one of my favorite bands of all times. Gojira and Machine Head. So some heavy rock as well. My webcam is pooping out. It keeps on shutting down.
It's a disco.
Yeah, I have fairly bad, like, I live in a temp apartment, so I have like 2 megabits of internet. It sucks a lot, but yeah.
Let's see. What is your favorite soundtrack from Payday from Payday?
That's a good question. There's a lot of good music in Payday. I really like. I don't know if that's in the game. The Pat Briscoe song, the first one, for the Armored Transport trailer.
Yes.
I'm
I
a
believe
wild
that's
one.
in the game.
Yeah, I actually played the guitar solo on that song.
Okay.
So I made that with Simon. He let me play some guitar on that one. That was fun. I like that song, and I like. Is it Sirens?
Sirens was from Payday the Heist, I thought.
Okay.
Could be. Let me
Then
check.
One of the Hotline Miami songs is really fucking good as well. And yes, I do like In Flames as well. Somebody asks. Yeah, I think the song for Day 2 in Hotline Miami is really good. That's one of my favorites. Like, has a little 80s vibe to it.
Let's see. Oh no, I was wrong.
Yeah, Sirens in the Distance, right?
Yeah, that one is in Payday 2. I was wrong.
Okay.
And the Pat Briscoe song you were talking about, was it that I'm a Wild One?
That's the one, yeah.
Yeah. Who is Pat Briscoe? If you Google him, nothing comes up.
I mean, I don't think it's a secret that it's Simon writing and singing everything.
Yeah, that's what I thought. It's just an alternate name, an alias.
Yeah.
Like 4 or 5 different aliases so far.
Yeah.
Simon is fucking amazing. It's like, hey, we need a country song. It's like, yep, sure. Hey, we need a disco song. Yeah, sure. A 50s song. Yeah, sure. It's like,
We need a classic song. There you go. Oh,
Yeah.
La Vida.
yeah, exactly. We need a fucking opera. It's like, yeah, sure, no problem. He's one of my favorite persons in the world. He's a really good guy. Like, personally as well, off work and on work. And he's talented. I mean, he is really good. Big ups to Simon.
What is your opinion on Vantage points, and what is Ilya's opinion on Vantage points? Because it kind of makes him obsolete.
No, I don't think it does. It's one of those things where we go. A lot of the maps don't have enough use for the sniper rifles, and we really want to have them in. And there was a lot of people in the community wanting the sniper rifles, so that was a way of saying like, all right, let's do this, and then we'll fix some of those problems. I don't think it really makes Ilija or me pointless. Maybe a little less useful, but yeah.
Okay.
You do mean the where you can climb up the ladder?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, or zip line towards it, stuff like that.
Yeah.
Was the zip line your idea?
No. I mean, nothing is. I always, and we try to. I think it's a very good thing in a company to never go around saying I, me. It's always we.
Yeah.
And I like to try to forget who comes up with something, even though it's it has to come from somewhere. But as I keep on saying, it doesn't matter if an idea is good. You need one animator, you need one sound guy, you need one level designer, you need one programmer to actually make it happen, make it work, and make it fun. So even if it was, I would never say it was me. I'd like to keep it on a team level. I think that's important. So it was Overkill.
The reason that I don't know if you guys decided on this, but why is it not possible to detach from zip lines during a flight with the zip line? Like you're like, oh wait, I didn't want to go. Release,
Well, that's also. I mean, it's a design thing where you go. If you can, then we have to make sure that you can't drop off everywhere. Then it can't be high enough up in the air. Then, and the other way of fixing it is like you mark the ways where you can, but then it's sort of like, okay, sometimes I can, sometimes I can't. Then it doesn't make any sense, and you know.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Let's see. The one mechanic that we haven't seen back was the tear gas from Branch Bank. Would we see that back in future heists, or?
Yeah, that's some of the stuff I really liked that we sort of dropped, further in. It's something that we wanted to be dynamic from the beginning, but the AI, like they used it. If they used it a lot, then it would end up in weird places, and it could lock you in. And then we had to make sure that every room has 2 exits, and then everything, as I said, has a consequence. So that sucked. And the other thing was like, okay, then they don't throw it enough, then it also sort of sucks. So we decided to do it like pre-scripted.
Yeah.
I really like it because it's like, okay, we know in the level that this is a really good place. It gives you an advantage. It would be cool to lock it for the player for a while, and then, I would like to see more usage of the tear gas. It's cool, and you can actually kill the guy who plants it.
Yeah, so before it releases.
Which is, then it's really good. Then it gives you a whole other dimension of team play, and then it's worth having somebody on the roof all of a sudden. I like that. Yeah. It's sort of similar to Undercover, where you can see them plant C4 on the wall, and then you can kill them. We have some of that stuff in Payday 2 as well. I really like that sort of, it's not just scripted, it's actually something they do.
Yeah, like breaking logs, drills. You could prevent them to do that, or like with the tear gas, you can prevent them to deploy the tear gas.
Yeah.
To interrupt their actions.
Because something I've seen in like movies and stuff before is like they hack into the air conditioning system to get the gas back out of the room and stuff like that. And...
apparently it is confirmed that Last Bullet Gaming will do a squirrel mask mod,
Jesus
and it's
Christ.
coming soon. All this because of Ilija.
Yeah.
Squirrel mask incoming.
It's something.
It's amazing. We have like every fucking animal except squirrels. Squirrel power all the way. Let's just do it. Squirrels.
Do we
We have
okay.
tigers and horses. Why don't have squirrels? That's hilarious.
Yeah. Will there ever be animal type enemies like police dogs or something? Or
I mean,
instead of
it's not a yes and it's not a no, so it's always. I think stuff like this, like I guess, suggestion for you guys, and not only you two, but like the whole community is. It all boils down to, not spamming the forums, but starting a real discussion, like one thread, and then I think people forget to when they do that sort of stuff, and not only in the Payday community. I mean, I play a lot of games and hang in forums and read, so it's everywhere. It's like, let's add this. It's good. Everything about it is good, but
why?
Yeah, exactly. Why? And then also like, what could be the problems? Because as soon as you identify problems, then you have to, then you have 2 ways of either, giving up or fixing that problem. Then it's good again, right? So, I mean, I encourage people who have ideas like that to actually think them through, put up a thoughtful forum post, and have people discuss, and not only the good things about it, but also the bad things. And don't let a bad thing be like, no, we're not gonna have it, because then everybody, whatever. But actually, then try to fix that problem as well. So I think that's the best way for us, at least.
Yeah. Let's see. Do we have any other questions on Twitter currently?
I have like 40. Somebody sent me a cloaker baby. Console timeline, I can't. Dark bang instead of flashbang, we already did that.
Yep.
Revisit Hoxton Breakout with the truck being drivable. That's pretty cool.
That'll be complicated. Because then you could basically like the spike things, you could drive over it instead of having them gone.
Then you have to fix the car, change tires. That's cool.
I got a question about that as well. I have noticed while playing around with the game files that the cars can actually explode. What was the decision not to fully implement that? Currently, the cars have like over 1 million health, and they can only be damaged whenever you're inside.
Yeah, I mean, just as everything else, you have positives and negatives, and then you balance them out, and you go, okay, it's not worth it. And then sometimes it's not worth it forever. Sometimes it's not worth it at the moment. So it's just another design/production decision.
Yeah, the functionality is there if you guys desire to.
Yeah, I mean, we tried it for a while, and it didn't really fit into what we had. But maybe in the future we'll do something else where it fits, and yeah. And then we're pretty bad at like hiding stuff we do. I mean, but it's I don't know how to, because it's like, why should we? I think, I mean, as I said, I play a lot of games and hang out a lot of forums. I don't type or write a lot of forums, but I read because it's good for me and it's good for my job. But I have to say, like, I think the Payday community is one of the maturest and best from at least the ones I've been around. So for me, it doesn't. As we're talking now, I mean, you understand when I say, we tried, or maybe for later, or this or this or this. It doesn't have to become a flame wars. Like, you hid stuff in the files, and then So it's instead of using whatever amount of time it takes to delete something that we might or might not use, we just we can explain ourselves because we talk with you guys a lot. So it's better to just say how it is and then spend that time on making the game better.
Yeah. Regarding the thing you just stated, that you guys are like bad at hiding, I would say that there are a lot of clever people out there. You guys have slipped somewhere in there, but you guys are good at hiding as well. Some stuff that we have just recently found out that was in the game for like ages, stuff like that. There's just it is basically a tug of war. You guys hide something, and then the other people try to find it out, and then it's a back and forth game. It's
I mean, a lot of times it's not a matter of hiding. It's just like, we tried this and it didn't work, and then that's the end of the end of the question. But don't spend time on sitting there cleaning and whatever, because we might use it in the future.
Exactly.
For the longest time, we had like die packs and stuff.
Yeah.
Again, it turns out it's not that fun, and then but who knows? Maybe in a specific mission or something, you can use it again.
Let's see. Is Overkill, or the developers of Payday 2, are they planning to add more special stuff like poison and fire?
I think that stuff comes with new heists. That's what I mean at the moment, because the game is finished, and then we're sort of adding to it. But it all derives from the heists. So whatever ideas we come up with, that's what we put in and add on. But I would like. I mean, the poison drinks, for example, that's something that you can see. It's not a mechanic in the way of we use it everywhere, but it's still something new, right? That's only in this heist. Big drill, for example, as well, on big fucking drill. So yes, the answer is yes.
Okay, great. Oh wow, a question just came up. Since an Easter, you don't have to answer this if you can't or don't want to.
Okay.
Since an Easter egg is not a secret, where is the Easter egg on the diamond heist?
The new one or the old one? Oh, Payday 1 or Payday 2?
The diamond, I think they're talking about. So the
Oh,
museum.
well, I can't answer the question, so I don't know location. And just in time, my camera went
Yeah,
off.
the camera goes
Beautiful.
off at the exact right
That's
time.
a beautiful answer.
That was like a fucking movie director thing. Cut.
Yes.
Yeah. No more questions.
Okay. Let's see.
Yeah, I wouldn't want to answer that question if that was.
You have worked on Payday the Heist, right? You have worked on those maps, and
Yeah.
What is your favorite map? If there wasn't a our alternate reality game mode like the Overdrill, what would be your favorite map?
In Payday the Heist.
Yes.
It has to be the First World Bank.
Okay.
Because it's the first thing we did. I still have the old picture, like the first layout on paper that I did, and it just brings back so many memories, good and bad and great. We basically prototyped the full game in that level. It's a very, very bad level. I'm not particularly proud of it, but I'm proud of it in the sense of we achieved a lot of stuff with that one.
Yeah, it has basically kickstarted everything that you guys have reached or achieved right now.
Well, it's like one of the weirdest things where I go like, I hate that level because I know it's bad, and I can point out a lot of stuff that sucks with it. That's like, don't do this in level design. But then again, if those didn't exist, then it wouldn't be what it is. So, yeah, sometimes you get to learn that stuff. It's like you don't have a fucking clue about what you're doing. It's the players who decide if it's good or bad, and then it's better to be reactive instead of a smartass. So I tend to, everything I design nowadays, it's like I don't overdo it. It's very simple. Then I make something playable as fast as possible, and then I have people play it, and then they tell me if it's good or bad.
Yes. It's basically like that ugly kid, right? It's the ugly kid that achieved a lot.
Yeah. No, that's exactly what it is. And I'm going like, why are you looking at this ugly kid when there's a beautiful kid next to him? But people are like, yeah, this ugly kid has character. I don't know. Maybe it's something about it that people like, and I'm happy. But it's a weird thing. I love it and I hate it, and I love it, and sometimes I don't know.
Okay. This is not a level design question again. Since there are a lot of weapon slots now, can we look at being able to make weapon categories like currently people rename their weapons like Stealth Car 4, stuff like that, or Loud Car 4. Can we get like categories Stealth, Loud, stuff like that?
So like another category on the weapons?
Not
another, but just, you mean
categorize the weapons that you have bought.
Okay, so not have like more, what do you call them? Okay. Yeah, I'll write that up and then check with people. Categorize weapons. Man, my fucking writing, it sucks. I'm gonna wake up and go, I don't know what this is.
Okay. Let's see. How did you get the idea for the, or how did the team get the idea for the FBI building for Hoxton Breakout?
Well, it's the same again. It's like it's team collab. The guy who was the master of that level is called Patrick Murphy. Yeah. Real good, a real nice guy as well. No, just like everything else, we sit down, we draw, we come up with ideas, and then he brings ideas, we bring ideas, we play it, we test it, and then it, becomes what it is.
Okay.
But it's basically a team effort, and then Patrick did a lot of heavy lifting and brought it all together and made sure it played well. It's I have to say also, it's one of my favorite heists, probably the favorite. I actually forgot about it in the beginning, but that's one of my favorite heists.
Okay. I like the fact that you guys have nods in there to the web series, to the storyline in general.
Yeah.
Like you can kill the 2 FBI agents that are in the series, and like the message boards with the wanted people. It's quite funny to see those things appear.
I'm on there too. I'm on the message board because they used my face on the CFO in Diamond Heist 1.
Okay.
So I'm on the wanted board because he's like a ugly man who launders money and stuff.
Okay, cool.
I totally forgot about that earlier, so I actually have another role in the game.
So there's this question has come up once or twice. It is in Payday the Heist. You could when you played a mission, you had like Bodhi's pool repair, you had raincoats, stuff like that. In Payday 2, you get a suit.
Yeah.
In every map. Are we gonna see something more themed to like undercover work in all the
raincoats
maps?
From the bridge, etc.
Yeah, stuff like that. Stuff that makes sense.
Yeah, I mean that would be cool. I would love that. We didn't have it in Payday 2 because we want to keep our team small. So I mean, team size from Payday 1 and 2 isn't that big of a difference. It's basically the same. Mm-hmm. But in Payday 2 we went with we did a lot more civilians, a lot more characters, a lot more variations on the enemies. Again, I mean, it's decisions you have to take, and then that's what we did. Because there was quite a few problems with having specific outfits for every map. A longer time to make one. The masks, we had to make a special version of every mask for the bridge, because the raincoat will clip.
Oh yeah.
So we thought that was a good decision because we could get more stuff out that way. I really like it though. I mean now it's different because we have those characters, and maybe we can put some times into that. I like that. The doctor stuff in the hospital, etc.
Yeah, those were some cool things, especially when you could like get the gear after you've done some stuff in Mercy Hospital.
Yeah.
Because maybe that's like a multi-day heist thing where you can go and steal the uniforms, then go in the next day.
Yeah, that's pretty fucking awesome. Like you yeah.
What is the worst level you've done in Payday 2, in your opinion?
That I have done, okay.
Yes, or worked on.
Well, I worked on more or less all of them.
Yeah, because you're the lead.
Yeah. In that case, it's Mall Crasher. I fucking hate that level. Personally, I don't know. I mean, a lot of the stuff that I didn't like, we threw away. But I think, the stuff that's released, I'm fairly proud of. Otherwise, it wouldn't be released. I mean, it wouldn't make sense. But yeah, Mall Crasher, for me, is not. That's not my. That's my least favorite.
It's okay.
It's different.
Yeah. I see a lot of similarities between Mall Crasher and Breaking Ballad.
They three.
That's Plan C.
Yeah. Plan C.
Were those maps supposed to be each other?
No, the thing was, we said it would be fun if the voting area was in a mall. And then we had some plans around that. And then we said, well, we have a mall. But then and during development, we were like, it's pretty. It would be nice to give the players something completely new. So we used some of the stuff on the outside from All Crasher because we thought it would be, well, at least it could be sort of in the same place.
Yeah.
But we ended up with the decision of making new content because we felt it would be a nice, refreshing touch. Because I think the release before that was, day one actually reuses content. I mean, it's fine because it's like, it's a dockyard. Why would it look different? It's still in DC, but it's nice, I think, for players to it's value for you guys. And that's why Day 2 was completely different, and then we thought it would be great if Day 3 was as well. That's why there are similarities. So in the actual plan in the beginning, it was the same. It was in the same place.
Okay. Let's see.
Since you can't talk about like the heist and stuff like that you're planning, obviously. Can you maybe talk about like the locations? Maybe, or are we going to see more Washington D.C. based ones, or since the casino heist is technically in Vegas, so we're actually starting to leave Washington D.C. Any plans to maybe like go throughout Europe or stay in the U.S.?
I don't want to say anything about that because it will give away too much.
Okay.
But I can say now I don't know which release it is, if it's the next one or the next one. But there will be something fairly soon in the scope of game dev time. That's the biggest thing that we have ever done ever. So not only in Payday but even previous game. It's huge. It's something you have not seen before. It's a completely new thing. We worked on it a lot. Also with Lion again. So without giving any information, all I can do is like sort of hype. But it's really cool. I played it this morning. It's huge and it's different.
It sounds to me.
And again, with the fucking camera turns off, it's like it's like it knows. Hey, you know something I don't know.
The unicorn becomes conscious. It sounds to me really like, it sounds like. It sounds like something.
It's cool. I can't wait till I can show you guys, or we can show you guys some more and some info. It's a game changer in some ways. So that's cool.
I have all these speculations going on in my head right now. I'm not gonna say them because you might accidentally give something away. So let's see. Question. This has been asked a lot, and it's when are we going to see 7-day heists? Now, as I understand it, it used to be, instead of the 7 days, it used to be a full calendar.
Nah, it was always a week, I think. It was always 7 days in the actual menu, which was made long before we decided on all the missions, and we just we said, okay, we're never going to have more than 7. So let's have that so that we can always, depending on how we go up or down. I think the biggest one we had in plan was 5 days. Actually 4 days, but you played 4 days, but it had 5 days, so to speak, because you could branch to either one in the end.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I like the thing that made me say about the 30-day thing is that I've seen like footage and screenshot of like assets used in the game where it was like a grid calendar with 30.
Maybe we did, yeah. Now that you mention it.
And as far as I understood it, it was something to just show that you're doing days instead of just like nothing.
Yeah,
some more feedback.
A lot of the missions early on, before we even had like internal alpha, were day one of a job could be a Monday, and then the next day could be 2 weeks later and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
Also, another one of those where the idea is really cool, but when you play it, you don't really, you don't get the sense of progression as well as it's, the consequence of what you did before isn't the same as if it's, just earlier or yesterday or something. So we ended up ditching that one.
Yeah.
But yeah, now that you say it, I reckon I have some memories of that.
Let's see. Are we gonna see some more higher difficulties than Death Wish? People say like Hellbound or Death Wish 145 plus. Like people are insane. They want more difficulty.
Was it the
As if
Welcome to Hell difficulty?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think if we add more difficulty, it should, like John talked about earlier, it would be nice if the objectives also somehow got more difficult. Like, you can't just open the vault, you have to do something extra if it's on Death Wish. I think that's the next step. Like, just putting more health on everything isn't really... I mean, it's already fairly boosted on Death Wish, I would say.
It's basically an artificial difficulty, what it currently is. And you guys want to... or at least what you're saying right now.
Yeah, that's my personal opinion. I think
Yeah.
if I would have some say in it, that's what I would. Death Wish has some stuff on its own, but I think, obviously the next step would be more of that stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And more like, add in objectives in between objectives for Death Wish.
I've always joked around about like no skull Death Wish plus, but it's like cloakers that are invisible or have like a predator type cloak.
Oh god, no, please, John,
and no sound.
Ideas.
Yeah, no sound. They just like randomly will come up to you. Like when they start beating you, that's when you can barely see them or something.
Why are you doing this, John? We don't want that.
And if you shoot him, he redirects the damage randomly to another teammate of yours.
Yeah, sometimes a bullet just curve away from you.
Yeah, that'll be
you guys are evil.
Trying to create the perfect unit.
For the cops.
You mean like a bulldozer that can kick you in the face but has a shoulder-mounted turret?
No, he has a shoulder-mounted cloaker.
He shoots cloakers at you. Yes.
Yeah.
Lobs them at you like a quarterback. Let's see. Will the AI search be? Oh, yeah. So currently with the AI, right? They can like walk backwards to have a better path towards where you're going. Will that be improved? As in the civvies, that is.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, there's nothing that I know of in the plans, of course, but of course we always try to, fix and add and make things better. You couldn't really move hostages until election day. I think, did it come with election day? It's a fairly late feature if you think about it. Right?
I believe it was around the time where you couldn't dominate guards anymore without pagers. I thought it was around there.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, because people were like, yeah, well, now we can't dominate every guard, so we need something else.
Yeah, okay. Yeah. That makes sense, yeah. So, we have a track record of adding stuff, making stuff better and new, so absolutely, I think that's something we can fix in the future. There's nothing, I'm not saying we will or when, but I don't see a reason why we wouldn't. That's what I'm trying to say.
Yeah. Oh, wow, back to the squirrels thing. RPG shoots squirrels. Let's see.
What's that squirrel grenade? Just throw out the grenade, explosion, the squirrels.
Yes.
Yeah, and then it makes more squirrels.
It's like it's a carpet bombing grenade.
Yeah.
Hardest difficulty is Squirrel Wish. Everything is squirrels. Oh God. I think that's up.
I love the internet. It's like you say something and then it's on. It's fucking
Yes.
on.
Opinions on stealth ECM rushing. I'm interested about that. What are your opinions on stealth ECM rushing?
It's something we've fixed on the newer levels. I know in Casino we spent quite a lot of time, you know. But again, I think the places where you can do it, it's optional, and I think it's fine. I don't know. It's something people found, and if you find something, it means you tried a couple of things. And I don't know. I wouldn't break it in the levels that it exists in.
Yeah, but you'll prevent it in new heists.
Yeah, if we think that it, you know, gives you too big of an advantage.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Instead of finishing a heist that could take 30 minutes into 2.
Yeah. But I mean, a heist that takes you 3 minutes and you finish it in 1.5, it's fine.
Mm-hmm. Or like Jewelry Store, you could finish that without ECMs in 5.
Yeah.
Maybe something like that.
But in the beginning, I have to say I was like, "Fuck, that sucks." But then it's like, no, people spend time, and then they time and effort, and then they come up with these crazy ideas, and then it works. That's amazing. Let them play, you know. Because like if they think it sucks, then they'll just play it regular, you know, as intended. So I think it's fine. I think you should leave as much to the player as you can. And a lot of games are dumbing down their games a lot. I would really like to avoid it.
Let's see here. Just checking the chat.
What was the first map you made for Payday 2? That was Ukrainian job. That's where we tested the combat and everything in the beginning.
What was the idea between Ukrainian Job and Jewelry Store?
It was... that's another one of those where we had an idea and something happened in between, and then we did other things. But we wanted to... have a lot more scope. Like you could rob everything from... I want to say hot dog stand, but that's not what I mean. Like a liquor store, and then you know a jewelry, and then a specific mission in a jewelry, and then something, you know, a mall with stuff, and then a bank, and then a big bank, and then like a FBI office. So we wanted to have like a bigger range between stuff to rob, and then the plan from the beginning was like sort of lock the player down and go, you know, first you have to do all these and then you grow up to. But we found out, as everything when you start playing, that it's not really, it doesn't work as well as you think it does, because, you know, people want to play whatever they want to play. And to answer the question, it comes back to, we wanted to see if we can make multiple missions in the same sort of map, and how much variations we could get in between those. So that's why.
Yeah. Okay.
And, the car heist, there's actually, you know, like the manager speaking to clients and stuff like that, where it's like this atmospheric civilians talking. Is that going to be added more, do you think, in the future heists? Is that something?
Yeah. We had some more of that in Payday 1 also. It's a time thing, and hopefully, I also like that stuff. We just need to fix some stuff before we can do it for real, so to speak. Right now, it's made in that specific place, like it's not a system. But yeah, I think people appreciate it from what I've seen when they play, and hopefully in the future we can add some more of that stuff. You know, when like people play craps in the casino or something, they could be a little more. Yeah, absolutely. Somebody saying Houston is better than Hoxton.
There's a reason why it's called Hogshead.
Cool.
Yeah, so I guess we'll go ahead and stop it there because we've kept you for quite a while and it's getting pretty late for you, I know.
I'm sweating like a pig. I hope it doesn't, you don't see it in the camera, but I need a shower. I'm going to a wedding tomorrow, so I'll actually wake up fairly early. But it was really fun.
I just want to say thank you for allowing us to do this with you and everything like that, and giving us this time, especially since you have a wedding to go tomorrow.
No problem.
And just like on behalf of the community and Team Evil and everything like that, Hawkshead, I mean, just thank you for putting together this time for us. But anyways, we'll go ahead and let you go. Get some sleep before that wedding.
Yeah, get good and drunk tomorrow. That'll be fun. It's a squirrel wedding. God damn it, Chad. Yeah. And no, thank you guys as well. It was really fun. We should do this more often. It's a nice thing to talk to you and all the guys in the chat. It's always a pleasure. We do it for you.
Yeah, you have cleared up a lot of questions that previously haven't been answered. It's just we got this opportunity and it was fantastic because we're like, finally a level designer. We can ask him stuff specific about levels, and so we did.
And also, like, I have to say, some really good questions. I know a lot of the times I can be a real boring, like, I can't say this, I can't talk about that. But there was a lot of questions I could answer. It's always more fun to talk than to say, I don't know.
Yeah.
But hopefully we can do like a dev stream. That would be really fucking awesome. Like a dev stream and some more interaction with the community, and you guys can see the tools and how everything works and get some input on a heist, and that would be awesome.
Yeah. So thank you again, and thank you everyone in the chat that has been asking these questions. I hope the majority of them have been answered, and
yeah, sorry for everybody who didn't get an answer, but yeah, Twitter or whatever, and I'll try when I can.
Yes, and your Twitter handler is @Overkill Ilija,
Yeah,
right?
because I just put it in chat there again. So
Okay.
Overkill _ Cool. All right, thank you guys. Good night. Safe sleep. Dream about squirrels.
See ya.
See you.
Okay.
Thank you.
Bye, everybody.
All right, so that's it. Thank you again for watching everything. We're probably going to end the stream here, and then don't know who's going to pick up Reddit off the bat. But switch this. Anyways, not sure who's going to take over after this, but we're going to stop the stream. We're going to make sure we upload this to YouTube as well. So you guys can also check our YouTube, which is down below. We're going to put that up there as quickly as possible. So again, thank you guys for watching. If you have any questions or something like that, we'll try and answer questions and stuff like that in chat, the next streamers and stuff like that, about what was answered and stuff like that. But anyways, we'll see you guys later. Thank you for watching.